I'm joined by a former Buckingham Palace press spokesperson, Dickie Arbiter. Dickie, welcome to GB News.
Thank you.
Put yourself in the shoes of a press officer at Buckingham Palace now. What would be going through your mind?
What would really be going through my mind, we had the two trailers in which Harry spoke of a war and spoke of the palaces leaking and individuals leaking. Going through my mind now is we're going to have to wait another week before any of this comes out, because what we've had in the first three episodes is all about them, about their romance, about joining the royal family, about attacking the media, the British media that is, and attacking the paparazzi, and sort of taking a few things out of context. But really it's all about them and not about what they sort of promoted in the trailers.
Yeah, they talk a lot about press intrusion, particularly around the time that their relationship was made public. Meghan refers to one of her neighbours being paid to install a CCTV camera to overlook her garden. The difference now, of course, between when Princess Diana was alive and being chased by paparazzi and now, the rules are quite different, aren't they?
The rules are different, and to a large extent the British newspapers have wound the reels in before they would take anything, because in the newspaper business it's all about circulation. The bigger the story, the more salacious, the more sensational, the more sales you get. The more sales you get, the more advertising you get, the more revenue you get. Newspapers are struggling, and there are 10 of them on the breakfast table every single morning. So it's a difficult business, and people are switching to online and to social media. So it is difficult. And yeah, there were attacks on the media, but having said that, it is different. But the trouble is that there is, to a large extent, interpretation, and what you can't cut out is social media, what people write on social media. The lawyers will watch what is written in newspapers and say, you can't run that, or you can run that, you're on safe ground. But there's nobody monitoring social media, so social media picks up anybody and everybody, and there's some very vicious people out there.
Harry talks about the fact that members of his own family told him that they experienced what Meghan went through. And, you know, the fact that Kate the media invaded her privacy, Camilla, Diana.
Well, all the women have been pursued relentlessly. Diana was pursued relentlessly before she got engaged, and once she did get engaged, she was brought in-house, and there was an element of protection. And that happens before the engagement takes place, because there's no way that Scotland Yard or the Home Office is going to provide any form of protection or safeguards until that person becomes part of the establishment. It's a historic thing. It's also financially controlled. We saw that with Catherine. We saw that with Camilla, Queen Consort. We saw that with Sophie Wessex. We saw that with Fergie. But all these women did survive and have survived and doing incredibly well. Unfortunately, Sophie in the old days, and we go back to why they left. They left because they wanted privacy. Well, so much for privacy in this documentary, because we're seeing a lot of family photographs, or we're seeing, albeit the backs of the children, a little bit of side profile, but we're still seeing them. So it's really suiting their agenda.